Alright, good evening, and tonight's lesson is adding and subtracting fractions, and I know you hear the word fraction, you guys start to freak out, but you shouldn't on this one because the cool thing is these fractions have the same denominators, so it's going to be pretty easy for you guys to do. You're going to say, wow, I am an ace at this once I get done explaining it, and you may already know a lot of this and be able to do it already, so we'll see if that's indeed the case. Alright, so we have, let's just do a review here real quick. We have our fraction of 1/2. The top number is known as the numerator. The bottom number, which is downstairs, is known as the denominator. I got that little hint from Navon, so I like that. And so whenever we're talking about adding fractions with like denominators, see how that's in parentheses right here? We are talking about the fractions will have the same number on the bottom, which makes our life so easy. Alright, say for instance we are using the fraction, we want to add 3/8 plus 1/8. I'm looking at this and going, okay, it's fractions, I shouldn't be scared. I should also not be scared because look what I see. The number on the bottom here is the same number on the bottom here, which means there are no additional steps. We can go ahead right now and put these two fractions together. Let's see what that looks like. Let's talk about pizza. Say we ordered a cheese pizza, all right, and that fraction up there, 3/8, represents how much we have left over. So I'm going to color in 3/8. You all agree that's what it should look like? Okay, so this is our cheese pizza that we ordered from Papa John's or Pizza Hut. And then over here, we have our pepperoni pizza. Okay, this is pepperoni. Just like that. And we would represent that with 1 shaded. Now if I drew this, if I could draw better, you would be able to see that these are actually really equal. So just pretend for the time being that these are equal. And what I could do is, say for instance, I have this leftover pizza, but I don't have enough space in my refrigerator. So I'm going to combine them into one box by moving this piece right there. And when I do that, I will not need to put 2 boxes in the refrigerator. I will only need 1 box. But how much pizza do I have left over altogether? So let's talk about this. I have 3/8 from the cheese pizza. I have 1/8 of the pepperoni, which is going to go in right here. So if I were to write the fraction of pizza that's in this box right here, I would simply say, oh, 4/8. Well, check it out. If you add 3 and 1, you get 4. Now, some of you may want to add 8 and 8, but remember, we didn't change the size of the pizza. The pizzas are still cut in 8s. So, when you put them together, notice here, it's still cut into 8s. It's not cut into 16ths. So you don't add the denominator ever. It always just stays the same, and because it started off both being the same, therefore it's the same in the answer right here. So when you add 3/8 of a pizza to 1/8 of a pizza, you're going to end up with 4/8. All right, need another example? All right, this one's for you candy bar people. Okay, say we start off with 9/10 of a candy bar. Okay, but then we eat 3/10 of that candy bar. Okay, when we do that, notice here, I'm going to draw it in, and I'm going to pause first. Okay, so here's my candy bar. Not drawn great, but you get the point. So I start off, however, with 9/10 of a candy bar. So let's fill that in so we can show that this is 9/10. I'm kind of doing sloppy, but you get the point. So I would, if I wanted to represent this first fraction, I would actually fill in 9/10. But notice our sign. We are actually taking away 3 of them to find out how much of our candy bar is left. So I'm going to X out, and I'm going to use black for this one. I'm going to X out 3/10. Now, right now, I want you to count up what's left over. Did you get the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6/10 of that candy bar left over. Notice again, I can do the math here of subtraction. 9 minus 3, see how easy? And my denominator does not change because I did not change the pieces that my candy bars cut into. It's still 10 cut into 10 slices. All right. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that when you get a final answer, like 6/10, okay, your answers must always be simplified. Now, you guys just did an exercise in this yesterday and are aces at it. So I would guess that you would be able to simplify this. Figure out a number that goes into 10 and into 6. You can whittle, which was one of the ways I showed you yesterday, or you can find the factors. Let's do both. If I find the factors of 6, they are 1, 6, 2, 3. If I find the factors of 10, they are 1, 10, 2, and 5. What's common between them? Well, in this case, it happens to be 2. So I would divide the top and bottom by 2. And if I did the math, I'd get 3/5. So, all we did was rename 6/10 to a simplified version, new name of 3/5. So our answer to 9/10 minus 3/10 is actually 3/5 because we simplified the final answer. The second way that you learned how to simplify a fraction is simply dividing, whittling it down. And I notice that both these numbers 6 and 10 are even, so they are divisible by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to divide each by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So in this case, we are down as far as we go. There are no more numbers that are the same besides 1 that'll go into 3 and also go into 5. So either way that you choose to do will get you the end result. All right, and that's basically the lesson. It's a nice short one. It's only 7 minutes tonight. Make sure you get the notes and you answer the questions online. Happy fractions!